Hello. All right. So this is part 3 out of 3 for Kronenbourg, thanks for sponsoring this series. First, we did first part, which is to shoot black and white photos of people enjoying beer, Kronenbourg, of course. Part 2 is food photography using just mobile phones, and this is part 3. How do you shoot this bottle, which I've posted, and I've got a slightly better shot of that, just using torch lights, and this is the A7R2. Okay, so basic things about photography first. Oh, let me start. These torches are actually it's not even out yet. This is not even it's supposed to be a Kickstarter project done by my friends Jason and Christian, and they are they're called BM Focus. They come in two variants. It's a 3002K and a 5000K light, and is designed for accurate colors for photography. Uses 3 C batteries. This is 1/4 threaded, so it's easy to mount on various mounting devices. It's got barn doors as well. Where's the barn doors? So they're barn doors. Right now is rubber. When it's finally released, it's got different, probably screw mounts. And it's got 3 options. Middle, you can turn it into flashing, and low, medium, high modes. So pretty flexible for that. So just showing you how to do this shot just using torch lights, and in this case using an A7 R2 Mark II. What I've done is I've installed an application here. Hi Victoria, hi Sajith. What I've done is I've installed an application here called Touchless Shutter. So you can obviously use, I mounted it on a tripod, of course, I'll turn it vertical. You can either use a remote trigger to trigger it, or in this case there's a sensor here, and when I move my hand over it, it automatically triggers, and that becomes a touchless shutter. Okay, a few basic concepts about photographing bottles. You usually don't light them from the front, because if you light them directly from the front, the glass just bounces back and you've got all kinds of reflections. You actually light them from the back, and in this case there are actually 2 lights. One light from the top and one light from the bottom. If you see over here, I can turn off the lights. One is mounted at the bottom, and this table is kind of semi-translucent, so light comes from below the table as well, and one light coming from the top. The top light serves 2 purposes. Okay, it goes in the flashing mode. The top light serves 2 purposes. One is to create this. One is to create this arc over here, which creates a kind of a frame around the bottle, and also to light up the front of the bottle and also the cap. The bottom one is to light up the liquid itself. Let me show you by turning this around. And if I put this here. Okay, so this is the effect. Without light, it's just dark like this, right? With the top light is this, but you see that the liquid is still very dark. The bottom light will then power through some of the light through, but as you can see now, it's pretty uneven. It's lighting in the bottom part of the bottle, which is what the light test I did yesterday. The bottom part of the liquid is lighted up. The top part isn't as lighted up yet. So we're going to try something later, and what we're doing is we are literally using... Come, Trisha, can you hold for me? So what we do is we have got a test bottle, and you notice this test bottle is spray. I'll spray for you later on. Basically, we are spraying water to make it look cold, and I'll show you what we do. So this top bottle, we have taken off the top cap, and we'll use a light later, especially just to power through light from the top, so that it lights up the bottom. There are 2 lights, one from the bottom and one light that's coming from the top, just to have an even distribution through the cap. So I'm just going to show you some basic principles first. Let's put it on here. Let's just use this as an example. Can you see it? Yeah. So if you just use this, if you notice, you don't see much contrast at the edges of the glass, right? To create the contrast, we just need to create a reflection. For example, if you move 2 pieces of cardboard towards this, now notice the 2 sides of it. This literally reflects, and because it's curved, it reflects the white part of the cardboard, and it gives a contrast out from it. Now you could either put it pretty far away. If you have got much further back, you put it pretty far away, or we just create 2 shots and we just digitally remove the sides and we take 2 multiple shots. We take 1 shot of this original background and 1 shot of this of the sides of the glass, and we DI, or we edit the edges in. Now if it's the reverse, for example, if you're using a white background, where's the white background here? Okay, if you're using a white background like this, now there won't be much contrast. There won't be much contrast as well. Move the other white closer. Okay, there won't be much contrast as well. Notice the white blends in, but right now you can see a bit more contrast because this is the edge of it is reflecting on the black surface over here and giving you a bit more contrast from that. So that's the basics of shooting, how to get the edge of glass out. And then for the liquid, you just power light through the liquid from the back or from the bottom or top to ignite the liquid. We want to make the bottle look cold. Right now, this doesn't look as appetizing because it's not cold. Okay, to achieve the trick, we use glycerin. Let's move to the back. Come, Susan, let's move to the back. I'm going to move the bottle to the back. Okay, I'm going to shift it around. I'm going to go around the office over here. And maybe you film me from here. Okay, so what we have is just use glycerin. You can get this from most pharmacy stores. Put about 30% into a spritzer bottle. And then what you can do is, what that will do is, if you just spray water, it'll tend to just run off. This will allow the liquid to kind of stay. So just do some test shots first to make sure that the mist is smooth. Just do a couple of sprays over here. And notice it'll nicely mist up and the water droplets stay on. And therefore, it makes it look like it's cold and it makes it look like the condensation is staying on. Come, let's bring this bottle back out. Okay, so we have got a newly misted or condensed. It looks like it's condensed and therefore it looks cold. Now, what I want to do is to move this bottle such that it captures the most amount of light. If this is directly on the light source itself, and if you notice, if you point this light here, the light is literally coming from the bottom of the table and powering through the table. If you put it directly on top, this bottom part will be lighted up, but the top part gets much less light. So we're literally trying to change the angle a little bit such that more light is more evenly distributed through the top of the bottle. Okay, probably somewhere around here. And let's come back up over here. Right. The advantage of using live view, maybe go on the screen. The advantage of using live view for commercial shoots is that you're able to focus. So you can, of course, do autofocus. You like half depress most of the time. But in this case, we want really precise focus because you don't know what. In this case, I want to do precise focus on really the smallest parts. And this allows you to give a focus magnifier. This is 5 times and this is 12.5 times. And I really want to focus on these words. I manually check precise focus on this, and then I bring it back out, and my camera is on manual focus right now, so the focus won't move as long as I don't touch it. I've chosen to use a low ISO. It's ISO 250. It's f4.5 now, and I'm at 1/5 of a second. So once the shutter is done, this will be the shot that's taken. Now what you do see is that the bottom light is on. You see a little bit of green color over here. In fact, let's see over there. You can see directly over there. You can see that, and because I'm moving really close, you can't see it from there, okay, but from the camera angle, because I'm moving close to the reflection, let's move back out here again. Okay, if you notice on this, if you move close enough, I don't know whether we can focus on it, you can actually see the reflection. Okay, I'm trying to do that. You can actually see the reflection of the bottle on this part. That's because any glass surface or any semi-reflective surface will become a full mirror once you go on a low enough angle, so they can catch part of the reflection. It gives it gives me an optional square crop, or it can give me a longer crop to catch some of the reflections there. Alright, so what I do is I'll take a couple of shots. First, I'll take this clean shot. Let me just flip this down, and we're gonna actually do some of the shots now. Alright, we'll do a couple of shots. Okay, so this is a straight clean on. Oh, I've accidentally triggered it because I went close enough to it. So this is a straight clean on shot. Then we'll do the sights. You take this side, I'll take this side. Now if I go straight, because there's a slight curve angle over here, I'm going to watch the camera as I curve this in a little bit, just to watch the reflection and making sure that it's even. Once it's about there, I trigger it. Okay, so that's 2 shots. And then we will do, I noticed that because of the light behind there, it's creating a little bit of a blue over here. I take another shot with the lights powered off below. Okay, so I don't have the blue reflection off from there. I just have a clean, nice background. And then I want to take a shot whereby I power down the light. So I take the test bottle, which I've already taken the top off. And I try to get the position exact so that I have minimal DI to do. And then, hold on, we're going to get a torch ready. We're going to zoom in the torch. So this torch has zoom as well. So if you notice, you can actually do this. So this is on wide and this is narrow to really just power the light through the bottle. Okay, we're just going to put it right down and almost touching it. Okay, and right through here. Okay, so we've got this couple of shots. What we're going to do is we're going to bring it into Lightroom. Okay, we have brought it in a Lightroom just now. And so I've given it like 1-star rating. So these were the few shots. So this is the shot whereby the light is powered through the bottle from the top. This is the shot whereby this gives the reflection and gives the edge definition from the side. This is the standard shot. Actually, that's the fully edited shot, and this shot is the one that's without the bottle cap. This is the shot with the bottle cap, and this is the standard shot without the bottle cap. So we bring all of this into Photoshop over here and put them into various layers. Basically, I just open up one, I copy it. Let me just show you how it's done. So I bring this over. Let's say I want one of this. I use Control E. This is Adobe Lightroom. And Adobe Lightroom allows me to open up straight in Adobe Photoshop. On the top here, you'll read the camera raw format. It'll appear over here. I just do a Control A, select everything, Control C to copy. I can now close this tab. No, I don't need to save it. And I can just paste this as a new layer. And this is the layer that's been added in. Now, once you have more complex compositions, try to rename the layer so that you can easily find the layer that you want to do. Now, whichever part of the layer I want to, now this allows me to create a layer mask. If you can go, let me go closer over here. Hopefully it focuses. You see this button over here, Add Layer Mask. This allows you, when I click on it, it creates an additional part over here. And this tells me the opacity of that layer. Now, what happens is if it's white, it means that the whole layer is opaque. If it's black, the whole layer becomes transparent, and I can literally paint on it. So what I do is I change my brush and I paint on different opacity. I can either paint black to make that part transparent, or I paint white to make that part opaque. Okay, just let me show you the whole composition of it. So originally the background is this, and this is my sides for the shine. I pull in, and only these two parts. Basically, I take the brush, I make sure that I select this side layer. I take the brush and I paint a white color onto just the sides here, being careful just to paint the sides. My center beam is the one that lights up the bottle. If you notice here, the bottle is darker over here, and it's slightly darker over here. This lights up the bottle a little bit more evenly. That's the center beam that goes straight down, and that is only opaque in the center layer. If you see this little thing over here, maybe I'll just go a bit closer. Okay, see this part over here, this is sides, and you notice these two strips at the sides. This marks the two sides of the bottle. This one, the center beam, is opaque in the middle of it. Now this top light layer is, remember I talked about a little bit of blue at the sides. This is having the bottom light turn off and so they have a more even background. And this is literally just having all the sides opaque. You see the white part that's surrounding it, and having the middle part transparent so that it shows through the bottom two layers. And this one is just for the cap. So if I turn that layer on, this is the, hold on, I don't want to do that. If I turn this one off, you see, notice what happens is it gets darker now because I've adjusted the contrast of the layer as well. And a little blue has gone off. And this is just the cap that tops it all off. Alright, so that's it. That's the whole bottle. Let me just show you the whole image. This is the bottle. Move over to the pan tool so that I can pan a bit more. This is the bottle that you see. It's got a reflection on the bottom as well. And there you go. So, well, try this. Try this if you want at home. Show us the results. What I can do is I can work out these guys doing BM focus. We can give away one of these torches when it's a Kickstarter project. So it may not be funded, it may be funded. If it does get funded, the best picture, the best photo of the beer, it doesn't have to be a Kronenbourg, although Kronenbourg sponsored this. Just shoot a picture of a nice beverage and post it up in the comments. We'll choose the best photo, and when this gets funded, we'll ship you a BM focus. All right, I'll send the link address, and we're going to have an event on the 19th of December. I'll post up the link as well. If you're in Singapore, do join it. Kronenbourg is throwing this party, and a lot of celebrities will be there. If you've missed the part 1 and part 2 of this video, we'll post up the link as well. So thank you. Cheers.